Hello, my name is Joan Jenkins once again. This is serving as the reflection for my first observing video, because evidently I did that incorrectly, and now I understand that. In terms of reflecting about my observation experience, I know a lot of the people that I talk to in the program, like via the discussion boards and the like, were uncomfortable observing teachers, but since I've had a fair bit of experience observing teachers, it was something that I felt very comfortable with. Now I feel more comfortable if I have a rubric that I'm working towards, and since I really wasn't working towards a rubric, it was very useful that I had a frame of reference in terms for my observation, like why I'm observing, and my point of view was to not just observe student activities in terms of their attention to the lesson and the teaching behaviors, but I centered my observation on just how much electronic devices impacted teaching in the classroom. It was to kind of to watch the kids to see, despite a cell phone policy, what were they doing with their cell phones. So I spent some time noting that when I was taking notes. Once again, I'm comfortable taking observations, especially when we use a rubric that is evidence-based, like we're moving towards the t-test rubric. From that point of view, that's something that I get training on it. I was trained on the TAP rubric. I'll know we'll be trained on the t-test rubric, and that's something that doesn't really scare me because it's evidence-based, which is if I script the teacher scripts the teacher. They can see where you come up with evidence for a teaching moment and how you create that evidence, that it really isn't like my bias or their bias. If you're collecting evidence, it's sort of either that teaching behavior happened or that teaching behavior didn't happen. So from that point of view, I am looking forward to the changes of the t-test rubric impacting teaching. I like evidence-based rubrics. I think they're very useful. What I am worried about, though, is the rubric not getting implemented with authenticity, I guess, is for lack of a better word. I'm hoping that it will be used very much with the behaviors that are part of the descriptors. I know assistant principals are really, really busy, and yeah, this is something else that they're going to have to do that's going to take quite a bit of time. So I'm wondering sort of how that is going to work out in the classroom as well. But I enjoyed observing my good friend teaching. I think she actually had more people using cell phones in her classroom than she thought. But on the whole, the students were engaged. I enjoyed the lesson. So thank you very much.